September 2025. What's going on in the Charlotte real estate market? Hi, I'm Steve Mueller and I sell real estate in Charlotte, North Carolina. As always, the Charlotte real estate market is really interesting and they have some pretty cool stats that I want to share with you today. I'm going to compare August 2024 stats with August 2025 stats. So when comparing that timeline and the Charlotte real estate market, we've had some kind of interesting stats like I mentioned. So first and foremost, the closed sales are actually down 4% from this time last year, but pending sales are actually up 11%. Days on market has increased substantially. It's increased by about 32% to about 45 days for a home to go under contract now. The amount of time it typically takes a new listing to go from on the market to close is now 91 days also. Now, traditionally, that timeline is not that long to sell a home, but a lot of people still think we're in the COVID years where things were flying off the shelf in days with multiple offers on every single property to hit the market. That's no longer the case. We're starting to see a little bit more of a stable market here in the Charlotte area. The average sale price is just over $500,000 in the Charlotte metro area as well. And last but not least, the percentage of the original asking price is 95.4%, meaning that sellers are either having to reduce their price or negotiate a lower sale price of about 4.6% on average. Now, over the past couple of years, that was a lot higher. It was closer to 100%. So we're starting to see, the listing prices, sellers are having to negotiate just a little bit to get their home sold. So what do I foresee in the Charlotte real estate market moving forward? My general opinion is that the market's going to hold pretty steady. Right now, we're starting to see homes as stats. They're taking a little longer to sell. We're starting to see a little lower sale prices as far as versus your asking price. We're starting to see a little bit more inventory. We have seen right now the average amount of inventory is about 3 months inventory. That puts us at more of a stable market now. What's interesting to me is a lot of the inventory that comes on the market seems to be getting purchased because we've seen an increase of pending sales by 11%, like I said earlier. But what's also interesting is we're seeing a decrease in closed sales. So I think there's a couple reasons for that. One reason is because there are actually more options. So some home buyers may find the house that they love, they go under contract, and then they actually find something else they like better. So maybe they terminate that one and go under contract on another. There are also a lot of sellers who they're saying, hey, I'm taking a lower sale price and I'm not going to do any repairs. And because of that, sometimes we can't get the buyers and the sellers to come to terms on repairs. Therefore, a buyer backs out of the deal. And then last but not least, sometimes we're seeing some appraisal issues here and there because the appraisals have been a little bit tighter than what they were over the past couple years. Now, one thing I do think is going to happen in the Charlotte market is I think whenever rates reduce a little bit, I do think a lot of people are going to get off the fence. There are a lot of folks that we've talked to over the years that are telling us they're waiting for lower interest rates before they purchase. Now, of course, we sell a lot of real estate here in Charlotte, but if we're hearing that, there are a lot more agents all throughout the city who are probably hearing the exact same thing. My opinion is that there is a ton of pent-up demand here in the Charlotte area. And I think once we see those lower interest rates, I think the market's going to pick up quite a bit. Okay, so once that happens, if you're a home buyer, what do you think is going to happen? If we start talking about supply and demand, I really think that it could actually push prices up a little bit when buyers get off the fence and they really start getting back out there and looking for homes. As a home seller, what this means for you is you could potentially see a higher price as well whenever you sell your home. But again, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm only telling you what I'm hearing across the market and what could potentially happen. But as I said earlier, right now, we have a pretty stable market. The good inventory is selling relatively quickly, and we're even seeing multiple offers from time to time. And the inventory that is not, say, in the best condition or not priced right is actually sitting on the market right now. It's not moving near as quick as it was, if at all. Recently, we have had to have a couple conversations with our sellers about reducing prices because of the fact that the market shifts. It goes up and down, and we have to listen to the market. So if the market is telling us to reduce the price, we are talking to our sellers about that. And of course, with buyers, we got to be realistic as well. The prices are not low here anymore. They used to be, say, average of $250,000 whenever I started in real estate. Now I just said they're around $500,000. So whether you're a buyer or a seller, you have to be realistic with your expectations. All in all, I think Charlotte's in a really good place. I don't foresee anything coming down the pipe that would say make the property values fall quickly or anything like that. In fact, we still have over 100 people a day moving here right now, which tells me, like I said earlier, if we have lower interest rates, I think a lot of those folks may be renting and they may actually get off the fence and start looking to purchase. As always, I hope this information helps. And if there's anything we can do to help you with real estate, we'd love to have the opportunity to answer questions or provide our services.